Trekking in the wilderness of far north New Zealand, we've come across this stunning beach. Quite frankly, the track is made for goats. My fellow trekkers are way down in the distance, leaving the person with the shortest legs behind. If you hear any language that is inappropriate, I do apologise. And so David Attenborough, if you hear any of these videos, I also apologise. We come out of the clearing, look at it, pristine Northland beaches. I won't name it, for fear it may encourage others to venture forth. There are my fellow trekkers. Oh, we have found some other visitors. I will stop filming, as I'm not sure what the encounter will be like. Back to filming. You may see my intrepid journey mates crossing what looks like lava fields, but I can assure you they are not. They are simply rocks that are found at the northern end of this spectacular beach. Oh, and you can see the other people doing a journey. Apparently we are heading to the most eastern point of these rocks, seeking what the locals call enormous snapper and kingfish. Whether we will have a successful journey, I am unsure. We will find out in the next few hours. The intrepid journeyman that hails from Auckland has just had his first cast. He is standing in a rock, should I say on a rock, and you can see there's a gentle swell lapping it. To my right, there are some magnificent rock structures, and as I said earlier, we are looking for what the locals call the enormous kingfish and or snapper. It appears that the intrepid traveller from Auckland has lost his bait without even producing a bite. I haven't heard any foul language escape his mouth as yet, but I'm sure at some stage throughout the late afternoon, evening, that is bound to happen. Once again, he takes the perilous journey back to the most eastern rock, where the locals say the kingfish and snapper can be found. Once again, the man from Auckland has lost his bait. Still no language, but the brows are becoming more furrowed. His fellow journeymen have suggested that he take some bait over with him, as that may make the perilous journey back and forth every time he loses his bait less likely to cause injury. Now, our intrepid Auckland fisherman, who is trying to catch a live bait, because apparently the locals say that living is the way to go. However, he's just caught a snapper the size of a very small goldfish, but became very excited because apparently right behind said snapper were a school of kingies. The other intrepid journeyman has gone out. They have now both just cast into the water. Let us see what happens. Why, crikey! The Auckland man has yet to produce, but his intrepid fellow journeyman appears to have hooked onto something rather large by the way he is bending backwards and the rod is bending. I will endeavour to get a little closer. Please bear with. You may hear some language that's inappropriate as the rocks are very treacherous. I'm still trying to keep the camera rolling. This could take a while. The words were, it's quite big. Oh, I can see it in the water. You may not. Can you see its tail? Fishermen are having to go over and under, much like an overlocking sewing machine. There's about to be some grunting. I've made it onto the most eastern rock. I've actually tweaked my knee, but that's okay. Nothing that a bit of modern day Voltaren won't fix.
You want to bring him into that gut?
The kingfish is trying to take him out in the weeds. I hope he's done his knots properly. Ah, he's in the weed.
Swim out. You want me to swim out and pick the line clear?
Putting up a masterful fight, both angler and the fish. Again, the kingfish has gone into the weeds. Oh, that, my friends, was the elusive kingfish. Caught here at Spot X. Now they're trying to take the hook out. It'll be a release once the angler holds the fish up for a photo. That, my friends, is the
30
elusive
seconds in Hendo.
kingfish. No. Hendo is code word for spot X. It is not the position.